Weird job interview questions. 1. Interviewer asked me, if you were a kitchen appliance, what would you be and why? I panicked and said, a microwave because I work fast and heat things up. Dead silence. Then she goes, I was thinking more like a blender because this job requires mixing different skills. I didn't get the job, but I still think microwave was a solid answer. 2. Guy interviewing me for a marketing position pulls out a rubber duck and goes, sell this to me, but you can only use questions, no statements. I spent 20 minutes asking him about his bathing habits, childhood memories, and stress levels. Somehow convinced him he needed this duck for emotional support. Got the job. Still have the duck on my desk. 3. Applied for a receptionist job, and they asked, how do you handle conflict with your parents? I'm like, what does my family relationship have to do with answering phones? Turns out it was a family-owned business, and they'd had issues with employees bringing family drama to work. Fair point, but still caught me completely off guard. 4. Interviewer asked, if animals could talk, which species would be the rudest? Without thinking, I said cats, obviously. They already judge us silently. She burst out laughing and said, finally someone who gets it. Apparently she was a dog person, and the previous candidate said dogs would be the rudest. Sometimes job interviews are just personality compatibility tests. Fun. Applying for a graphic design job, they handed me a crayon box and said, you have 10 minutes to redesign our logo using only these crayons and this napkin. I thought it was a joke, but they were dead serious. Drew the most childish logo ever, complete with stick figures and smiley faces. They hired me because I embraced the creative constraint instead of complaining about it. 6. What's your biggest weakness? Normal question, right? I say, I'm a perfectionist. Classic safe answer. He goes, prove it. There's a crooked picture frame behind you. Fix it. I get up, straighten the picture. He immediately tilts it again. We did this for 5 minutes before I realized it was a test about handling repetitive tasks. Got the job at a quality control company. 7. Interview for a crisis counselor position. They asked, tell me about a time you failed someone who trusted you. Heavy question that really made me think about responsibility and human connection. Shared a story about letting down a friend in college. The vulnerability of that conversation showed me they took the emotional weight of the job seriously. Respected that approach. 8. Interviewing for a tech startup. The CEO walks in wearing a bathrobe and asks, what's the Wi-Fi password in your head? I'm confused, so he explains, if your brain was a network, what would stop people from hacking your thoughts? We spent an hour discussing mental security, privacy, and cognitive firewalls. Most philosophical job interview ever. The job was debugging software.